Hello and welcome to Braintree High School as we get ready for Braintree's season finale here, their home regular season game against Abington. Mike Walser bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV as Braintree securing their 10th win of the season, securing a playoff spot in the process with a thrilling come-from-behind win over Newton South. A 9-8 comeback win for Braintree. And now taking on the Green Wave from Abington, a non-conference matchup. As the leadoff hitter for Abington is the right fielder Lynch, and the pitch is a little bit low from the Braintree pitcher McNamee. As the left-hander getting ready, winds and fires, and this one's popped up and out of play. Give you the Braintree defensive alignment after the first out here of this inning. Braintree looking to carry some momentum over from a couple of straight wins as this one is lifted towards second base. The play is over in time, and that's the first out here of the inning. So that'll give time for us to give the Braintree defense. It'll be Stenman in left field with McPhee in center and Diuti in right field. Across the diamond, Stanley at third base with Woods at short. McPhee, who just made the play, at second base. And at first, it'll be Littlewood as the ball is grounded now to shortstop, and Woods with her first test and makes the play successfully. To round off, it'll be Westerfeld behind the plate catching for McNamee. So 2 ground outs here to begin the inning as Braintree with 2 quick outs for McNamee. Abrams retired. A called strike as it'll be the center fielder Perry batting in the 3 spot in their order. Abington has had very good softball teams for many years as the pitch is inside. As the Wamps look for a clean 1-2-3 inning here in the top half of the first. As the left-hander ready and the pitch is down. So the at-bat will continue in a 2-1 count. Beautiful day for a softball game. Temperatures in the mid-70s at start with a slight wind as that is called a ball. Strike zone rather small here to start the game. Looked like a pretty good pitch on the outside part. Just hope for consistency moving forward, and that is in there for a strike, and that fills it up. Pitcher just wants to know, as well as I do as an announcer, what strike zone to be looking at, and the count will fill. Nobody on, 2 outs, and a ground ball knocked foul. If the inning continues, it'll be Pinau getting an opportunity in the cleanup spot. Braintree will have Woods, McPhee, and Littlewood due up bottom half of this inning. As this one is again knocked on the ground, this is at short again. Woods will make the play, and a quick 1-2-3 inning, 2 putouts for Woods at short, and Braintree with a nice inning on 3 ground balls induced as the Wamps will come up in a scoreless game. Bottom half of the first inning as Braintree looking to get things started as Woods takes the first pitch down low from the starting pitcher Testa. Again, the Wamps getting a quick 1-2-3 inning in the top half as the pitcher ready, winds and fires, and hits the zone this time as the count evens at 1-1. So the Braintree shortstop Woods, who had a couple of nice defensive putouts in the top half of the inning, getting a chance now with the bat. And this one hit hard to center field, and that's going to drop down. So Braintree right on cue with their first base runner on a sharp single to center. So now it brings up the Braintree center fielder McPhee, and we'll see if Braintree puts the runner in motion. And the pitch, and a bunt try out in front of the plate. Pretty good bunt, and it's mishandled as the runner now with a wide turn, and will head back to the bag at second. So Braintree in business here in the first. That'll be a fielding error on the pitcher. Probably would have been a very close play at first, but I'm going to give the pitcher an error on that play. That was one that if she handled cleanly, that probably would have made the throw in time, even with the speed of McPhee. As Braintree thinking about a sacrifice, and instead the ball gets to the backstop, and just like that, they're at second and third with nobody out. So Braintree with an excellent opportunity here for Littlewood, batting in the 3 spot, playing first base here today. Generally plays center field, but Braintree with a handful of injuries have had to shift around their defense, and now looking to put across the game first, maybe a couple runs here in this bottom half of the inning. As the bunt down, and again it's in front of the plate, and no play is made, and Littlewood reaches. So Braintree obviously working on their bunting, as they have now another hit. This will be a bunt single. So Braintree loading them up for McNamee, who's trying to help out her own cause on the mound. And we'll see if the Wamps can strike big here in the first inning against Abington. Everything going Braintree's way here to start this bottom of the first. 3 consecutive base runners reaching, and the pitch on the way, and a ground ball hit hard, foul. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the first inning in a scoreless game. And the pitch, and this one knocked out of play, and Abington already getting somebody up to start warming, as things have not started the way they anticipated here in this bottom of the first. And the Braintree bats come out swinging. As the pitch on the way, and this one is knocked foul and out of play. McNamee's had a pretty good bat in the cleanup spot here this season, and has an excellent opportunity to add on to her RBI total for the season. So 2 strikes on the hitter. As the right-hander ready, and this one is hit towards the outfield. That's going to get down as 1 run comes across. Here comes a second, and Braintree with a 2-0 start here at home. So a 2-run single by McNamee on Braintree's 3rd hit of the inning, as the first 4 have now reached. As Braintree's now going to have a pinch runner, a courtesy runner for the pitcher. So this will be an opportunity for Ketty to run. And a chance here for Diuti, the Braintree right fielder, as the pitch is outside. So Braintree an opportunity here to really open this one up in the first inning with a 2-0 lead. 2 more on, nobody out. As Testa winds and fires, and does not get the call in the outside corner, as again I mentioned the strike zone being rather small here to begin this game. And that does not aid the pitcher. Getting ready for the pitch, and again missing outside, and Diuti now has to be careful not to chase. Do not want to help out a pitcher struggling with control here in the at-bat, as the pitch is right there for a strike. As Braintree now takes off for third, and they will get there, and both base runners advancing. So the lackadaisical play by the Abington staff allows Braintree to take an extra base. A delayed steal there from Littlewood, who was quick to read that play. So Diuti now, a single could score a couple. And a 2-0 lead for Braintree already. As the pitch is in the dirt. Nice pick behind the plate, and that is ball 4. So the first 5 have all reached for Braintree as the bases are loaded up again. Stanley bats, the Braintree third baseman. And the pitch on the way is down in the dirt, and it gets away, and another run is going to come across on the pass ball. And Braintree out to a 3-0 start, and a very quick meeting from the coach, as things have really come unglued in this first inning. So Braintree jumping out to a 3-0 start. They will have a runner at second and third. Still nobody out here in the inning, as the coach having to come out and having a meeting with the entire infield. Braintree has a couple of bunt hits here in the inning. There's been an error as well. And now the meeting has ended as the action starts to pick up a little bit more in the bullpen. Some chance here for Stanley, as this one is popped up back behind the plate, and this one will reach foul territory. So Braintree really putting some good at-bats together here to start this game. Braintree already qualifying for the postseason now, just trying to aid the cause. As the right-hander ready, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Pitch on the way, and this is grounded to third base, but a foul ball. Second and third for Braintree, nobody out. And the pitch, and that's cut on and missed. A big swing and a miss from Stanley on an off-speed pitch, and no contact. So that'll be the first out of the inning, a strikeout. Brings up the Braintree catcher, Westerfeld. And the pitch, and a bunt try as this one's going to get down, and the play is to first, and Braintree scores the run on a hard hit ball off the bunt try. And another RBI for Braintree. That ball was pushed out towards second base. Obviously, when you generally bunt the ball, it's right in front of the plate. Generally doesn't go much further past the pitcher, but in that case, it was specifically planted in that direction. And now Braintree with a 4-0 lead, as the runner is at third with 2 outs. Braintree opening up a 4-0 lead here in the first inning. As the pitch on the way, and this one grounded to shortstop, mishandled for a moment. Here's the throw to first, and the throw is there in time as Stenman is retired even with the bobble, and that ends the inning here in the first. But Braintree with a nice number put up a 4 spot here in the first as we head to the second inning. Wamps 4 and the Green Wave nothing. Top of the second, first pitch, and that one's down low for the cleanup hitter, Pinau. Three groundouts in the first. This one hit sharply, and this one was going to be through into the outfield, past the glove of Stanley. And the first base runner of the game for Abington, trailing 4-0. So that's a good start for the Green Wave, who had to bring the entire infield in together to have a meeting at the mound after Braintree had the first 6 reach en route to 4 runs in the first inning, and a bunt try in front of the plate, which does not work as it's a foul ball for the third baseman, DiPietro. 4, 5, and 6 hitters. We just saw a single by the cleanup hitter as Braintree looking for the first out of this inning, as the infield coming in on the corners. Expecting another bunt, which there was, and then here's the throw to second. It's going to be close and not in time. A little bit high on the throw. If the throw was maybe a little bit lower, the base runner would have been out. Although even with that throw, it was still a close play at second. That was not a gimme. I'm very surprised that Abington was that aggressive there on that play. You just get your first base runner on. You certainly don't want to see a base runner get thrown out down by 4 runs, but it worked out for him. So a 2-1 count now. As the pitch on the way, and that one missed. So McNamee falling behind here, and Abington having an opportunity maybe to put the first 2 on. as this one's hit towards second and caught on a little line to McPhee. So on the 3-1 count, Braintree gets a soft line out to second base as the pitch is inside. Brings up the catcher, Howley, batting left-handed, and the pitch is down low. It's 2-0. Braintree with a throw over to second and a pretty close play. Base runner being very aggressive on the base pass, and I understand the aggression, but you also got to be very careful. Down 4 runs as this one back towards the mound, hits the pitcher's cleat, and now the base runner will come around to score on a wild throw. So Braintree with a throwing error here. So that'll be a single and an error. As Braintree now allowing the first run. Runner is now at second base with the 1 out. So we will see a pinch runner here at second base. Pitch on the way, and that one's high. So 1-0 is the count to the first baseman, Bonner, and the left-handed hitter. Lefty-lefty matchup, and another pitch that's a little low. Braintree out to a 4-0 lead in the first inning. Now it's 4-1. As Abington has scored once so far, and that's cut on and missed on a pitch that tied the hitter up inside. And this one is knocked foul. So the count now at 2-2. We have not seen a strikeout yet for McNamee. This would be a good time to do it. Lefty-lefty matchup. And the pitch on the way is popped up on the infield, but it will tail out of play. So the at-bat continuing here in the top of the second. Braintree with a 4-1 lead currently, as Abington has a base runner at second and 1 out. As the lefty ready, and the pitch is inside. Again, trying to tie up those hands. But right now, the primary focus is to throw a strike and get the out. Don't want to walk anybody here. As the pitch is upstairs, and she chased ball 4, striking out on a pitch up in the zone. And Braintree gets what they were looking for, which is the strikeout for the second out of the frame. That is a very big strikeout. Very tough pitch to hold off of, but that was certainly out of the zone, as this one is knocked foul off the Braintree dugout. Screen right in front of it, as this brings up the designated hitter for Abington, McCann. So 2 hits here in the inning. Braintree with a throwing error that allowed the run to score. 4-1 is the Braintree lead. And this one is popped up on the infield. Easy play for the pitcher. And McNamee with a routine little pop-up to her, and that ends the inning. So Abington does be able to battle back and get a run back as we head to the bottom half of the second, as Braintree leads by 3, 4-1. Bottom of the second inning, Braintree looking to get that 4-run lead back, as Abington was able to strike for 1 in the top half of this inning. Pretty good job by McNamee to work out of the inning, as Abington could have had more. Braintree will have the 9-1 and 2 hitters here in the inning. As McPhee hits, here to begin the frame. Defense in at the corners, expecting a potential bunt. And the pitch, and this is grounded up the middle, off the glove. Here's the throw to first, and it will not be in time. And And the speed again on display from McPhee, who, if you don't handle the ball cleanly, almost certainly is going to reach. And that'll go as an infield single for Braintree. And now we'll see if McPhee gets a pitch to go on. Woods already singled to begin the game back in the first. As the pitch is upstairs, McPhee goes, the throw down, it's on the money, and the runner is out. A bang play, and it takes a perfect throw to get McPhee, and the throw was right there. You do not see many caught stealing in softball because the runners generally get such a good jump. But Braintree very quickly with their first out after a infield single, a caught stealing changes the complexion, and now a pop-up on the infield as Woods is out. So just like that, there's 2 outs and nobody on. So a big change. So the first 2 outs now. And the right-hander's ready. And a pop-up again. This is to second base, and that is the inning as McPhee pops up to second base. And Braintree going quickly here in the second inning as we head to the third, 4-1, Wamps. Top of the third. And it'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters for Abington, down 4-1. And we'll see if any momentum can be built on here for the Green Wave, who were able to withstand a 4-run first for Braintree, then scoring a run in the second. As the pitch on the way, and a half-hearted swing, not intentional. It's going to be a tough play. The throw, it's in time. Oh, nice play. Good arm from Stanley over at third base. That looked like it was going to be an infield hit. But a strong arm from the Braintree third baseman Stanley gets the throw there in time and retires the shortstop. So we've seen some pretty good defensive plays as the first pitch is in there for a strike with Lynch bailing out of there. Grounded out to second back in the first inning. 0-for-1 here in this game. And the pitch. And same spot, but a little bit more inside this time. Another lefty-lefty matchup as McNamee winds and fires, and this one hit on the ground to first. Oh, nice play by Littlewood. And now there's 2 down. So Littlewood playing out of position, generally playing at center field, so obviously not used to the ball coming that quickly towards her, but makes the play. And in a sport like this, you got to be versatile. You got to be able to play infield and outfield, just like you do in baseball. You got to be able to be versatile, and whatever position you're needed at, got to be ready to fill those shoes. And so far, has done that beautifully. As the pitch is upstairs, 2 quick outs, 2 ground outs here in the third inning. A lot of them induced by McNamee. As the pitch on the way, and this one, another one on the ground, over to second, and a much easier play to end the inning. As Braintree with 3 very quick ground outs, and that'll do it. Here as Abrams is retired, 1, 2, 3 they go here in the inning. And the Braintree Bats will bat in the bottom half of the third in a 4-1 game. Bottom of the third inning, and we'll see what the Braintree Bats can do here with a 4-1 lead. 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Braintree, first pitch swinging, and Littlewood to third base. The throw across, and in time as both sides continuing to get a lot of ground outs. So 1 pitch and 1 out here in the bottom half of the third as both pitchers pitching to contact. And it brings up McNamee, responsible for half of the Braintree runs, a 2-run single back in the first inning. Part of the 4-run barrage for the Wamps as that one up and over the head of the catcher. So McNamee not only providing 2 runs, but so far has pitched 3 innings of 1-run ball. A throwing error by her actually allowed the only run to score. As the pitch on the way, and a ground ball to deep shortstop. Long throw, it's going to be in time. 2 up, 2 down. Both defensive have had lots of opportunities to field the ball in this game. will bring up Diuti, who walked her only plate appearance. And the pitch, and that is outside. Wow, that was a good pitch. So certainly some frustration for both pitchers who have had a couple of calls go against them, but another call that won't go her way. But as a pitcher or a coach, you can't argue balls and strikes. That'll get you tossed. So the bases are clear with 2 outs in a 4-1 game in favor of Braintree here at home. As the pitch, again, is outside, and the catcher trying to frame it, but will not get the call. That's been consistently called a ball here in the inning, so the umpire not giving anything close. Generally, you'll see a wider strike zone, especially earlier in the ball game, as that one is knocked out of play. So Braintree looking to get something started here with 2 outs. And a ground ball back to the mound, and a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Braintree. As the Green Wave with an impressive inning. Both sides go quickly in the 3rd as we head to the 4th, 4-1 Braintree. Top half of the 4th inning. 4-1 lead for Braintree. And the first pitch is a ground ball knocked foul. That's been the story. A lot of ground balls in this game. As this will be Perry leading things off, the center fielder. 3, 4, and 5 for the Green Wave here in the 4th inning. Both sides went 1-2-3 in the 3rd. Braintree's 4 runs scored in the 1st. Abington scored their only run in the 2nd. As the pitch on the way, and that is a strike. Perry only plate appearance here today, a ground out to shortstop, so 0 for 1. And McNamee now sitting in the driver's seat, ahead 0-2. Some pitches to work with if she wants. As the left-hander getting ready, winds and fires, and wow, that was a very good-looking pitch on the outside corner, and that is strike 3, 99 times out of 100 to any other umpire. As this one's played to second and caught on a nice snow cone play by McPhee. So a pitch after, in my opinion, what was strike 3. A little flare that nearly met its head over the Braintree second baseman, but McPhee made a nice lunging catch for the first out. And now a ground ball hit to deep shortstop. Nice backhanded play, and the throw in time. Excellent play by Woods. Both shortstops have had a nice play just like that in the deep hole, and the throw has been accurate. Good arm by both shortstops here in this game, as Braintree with 2 quick outs. And that's a strike to DiPietro, who lined out to second in the only plate appearance. Bases are clear with 2 outs, as the pitch is going to be a little high apparently. And a ground ball tap back behind the plate, a foul ball. A 4-1 lead for Braintree here at home, and Braintree's defense has been exceptional here in this ball game. None better than that shortstop play from Woods. That is a very difficult play. The degree of difficulty on that, on a scale of 1 to 10, that's like a 9.5. Very difficult play. And a ground ball this time to third base. Stanley makes the play. The throw across, and a nice lunging play by the first baseman with a stretch of Littlewood. And Braintree with an excellent inning defensively here in the 4th as we head to the bottom half of the inning, 4-1 Braintree. Bottom of the 4th inning in a quick moving game. Braintree with a 4-1 lead, and the bats trying to get going again as the pitch is low. 4-1. Excellent defensive plays in that last half inning. Braintree here in the inning. as the pitch is in there for a strike to Stanley. Stanley with the only strikeout here of the game for the starting pitcher, Testa. Again, Braintree's 4 runs, all scored in the first. Game has settled down since, and the pitch is inside. So the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Braintree here in the inning. 2-1 the count to the Braintree third baseman, Stanley. Trying to reach base for the first time here in this game. And a high pop-up on the infield. This is a shortstop's play. And it's put away by the shortstop, Howley. The outfield, it'll be Abrams in left field with Perry in center. Right field is Lynch. And across the diamond, DiPietro at third. Howley, who just made that play at shortstop. Second baseman, Pinau. The first baseman, Bonner, and the catcher, Howley, for the pitcher, Testa. Both defenses have been pretty good here in this game. A throwing error by both sides as the pitch is down in the dirt. Going to pop up to shortstop to begin the frame. And the pitch is upstairs. Leaving the pitch up there is Westerfeld, who had a RBI ground out, a bunt ground out, as it was pushed towards the second baseman. And the pitch. And that one is upstairs as well, and sitting in the driver's seat now with a 3-0 count. Stenman to bat next. And taking all the way, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Diuti starting to warm for Braintree, as this one is lifted into the outfield. A base hit on the 3-1 count. So a base hit for the Braintree catcher, Westerfeld. And we might see another pinch runner. And that's what we're going to see. Pinch runner over at first base. This time it is going to be number 26, Malcolm, running for Westerfeld, the Braintree catcher. As it brings up Stenman, who grounded out to shortstop in her only plate appearance here of this game. So runner at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Braintree leading by 3 runs, 4-1. Ground ball hit to the second base side, and the play is to first as the runner gets down to second base. So the runner is moved over, a productive out. Second ground out of the game for Stenman. Braintree does have a base runner at second base. A single could potentially score the base runner, depending on where it's hit. Fee single back in the second inning, and the pitch, and a strike. Braintree with a base runner in 3 of the first 4 innings. And now a base runner in scoring position at second with 2 outs. 4-1 lead. Braintree would like some insurance. As the right-hander ready, and this one hit towards the outfield. That's going to get down. Base runner going to be waved around, and here comes the throw to the plate. It will be cut off, and the run will score. An RBI hit from McPhee from the 9th spot in the order. And a big play for Braintree to go back up by 4 runs. It is 5-1. Braintree being aggressive on the bases this time. Head coach Jenkins sending the runner, which you would imagine, as a pinch runner, you would imagine the runner has some speed. So McPhee now with 2 hits from the bottom of the order, both singles, and now it brings home a run. As Braintree back with a 4-run lead, it's 5-1. Hit with 2 outs, and now the runner at second as the ball is knocked foul off the bat of Woods, who's made a couple of fine defensive plays and has a hit as well to go with it. McPhee stands at second, looking for another hit here from Woods. 1 for 2 in the game, and takes a good pitch for a strike as the catcher runs it back. We did see a base runner caught stealing, and that was actually the base runner who stands now at second, McPhee, who was gunned down back in the second inning, which had changed the momentum a little bit. Got Abington going again, but Braintree back with momentum on their side as this one hit a mile high on the infield on a pitch up high, and the the first baseman makes the catch to end the inning, but Braintree strikes for another run. They open up a 4-run lead as we head to the 5th. 5-1 Braintree. Top of the 5th inning. Has McNamee out there, and the pitch, all the ball, and another pitch that was another good-looking pitch down at the knees. So a 5-1 lead for Braintree as that one is down low to the 6-hitter Howley, playing first base. Had a single. One of the 2 hits here in the game for Abington. Is this one hit out towards the outfield, and that's going to drop down. So her second hit here today. Going the other way with it. So 2 for 2 for the catcher Howley, who was run for earlier and will be run for again. Did see Braintree having some action from Diuti, who is the other pitcher that generally will throw with McNamee. It was warming, but obviously McNamee has been cruising. As this one is bunted foul by Bonner, who struck out. The only strikeout of the game for McNamee. 5-1 lead for Braintree here at home. As we play here in the top half of the 5th. With a runner at first, nobody out. Lefty-lefty matchup and a pop-up. This is on the infield. And the play is there for the second baseman, Big Feet. A lot of balls hitting her direction here in this game. Braintree defense being tested multiple times here in this game, and they've been ready for it. You don't generally see the defenses being tested this often. See, generally in softball, the top pitcher does get a lot of strikeouts. That hasn't been the case on either side here in this game. There's been a lot of contact, both sides putting the ball in play, which is, as a coach, a great thing. You get to see your batters putting the ball in play. Obviously, gives you an opportunity to either leg out a base or force the defense to make a miscue, but there haven't been many of those. That's the pitch on the way, and that's a strike. Pounded in there for a strike to McCann, who popped up to the mound in her only plate appearance. 2 quick strikes. Now getting ready, as the pitch on the way is down low. Good pitch there with 2 strikes. You don't want to see much of the plate with 2 strikes like that, so good job trying to get the hitter to go after it. We saw 1 strikeout, the only strikeout on a pitch well up above the letters. As the pitch on the way, and this one's down in the dirt, and now the base runner will advance on a ball that gets away from the Braintree catcher. A rare pass ball in this game. So Abington, who has scored just 1 run to this point, has a runner at second now with 1 out. As McNamee winds and fires and missed down low again. So she got ahead 0-2, but hasn't been able to finish off the hitter, McCann. Certainly don't want to lose the hitter here. The defense in at the corners, and the pitch. And that one is outside, and a walk. You do not see that very often, where a hitter falls behind 0-2 and then draws a walk from it. But you got to give credit to the hitter, who was patient. So now 2 on. Here for the shortstop, Hawley, who grounded out to third base, only plate appearance. And that pitch again outside. And everything's got to be right there if you're going to get a called strike from this umpire. And I've mentioned it multiple times. This is the smallest strike zone I've ever seen from a softball umpire. As that one hits the helmet of the hitter, and things have come undone a bit here in this inning, as now it's loaded up. So a hit batter, and just like that, the base is loaded with just 1 out. And Braintree's lead now in jeopardy, a 5-1 lead, as Abington has fought back, and now Braintree going to have a meeting at the mound. Really, a big play in this game was that walk that was just drawn right before that hit batter, that long at bat. After Braintree was ahead, McNamee was ahead 0-2, end up walking the hitter, and then the next pitch, a hit batter, and the base is loaded with just 1 out here in the top half of the 5th inning. Braintree leading by 4 runs, but the tying run now coming to the plate. as that's cut on and missed. So a big opportunity here for Abington to get right back in this game, down 5-1. Braintree gonna have to have some really good pitching here to limit the damage. As the pitch on the way is popped up on the infield, but that'll actually carry out a play. So she's ahead 0-2 again. Trying to make that put-out pitch. As this is the outfielder, Lynch, who's grounded out twice. And the pitch, and a little flare back towards the mound, and this is gonna roll foul. So that was not hit hard at all, but the base runner will have to go back to the respective bases. And McNamee now trying to get that pitch. The temperature's starting to cool down a bit here. McNamee looking for her second strikeout of the game and tried to get her on a pitch upstairs and was able to make contact was Lynch. So still an 0-2 count. Bases are loaded here in the top half of the 5th inning with 1 out. As McNamee ready, winds and fires, and this one is smoked foul.
Okay, now we have Emerson.
That ball was hit really hard. And that is cut on and missed. A big strikeout. So now Braintree with the second out of the frame. That was a huge strikeout. And it brings up Abrams, who also has grounded out twice. Once to short, once to second. And the pitch, that's a strike. So if McNamee can find a way out of this inning without a run allowed, this would be a killer for Abington, who had the bases loaded with 1 out. Still bases loaded now with 2 outs. And the pitch. Wow, that's called a ball and another good pitch. It's actually starting to become a little comical with some of these pitches that are not called strikes. And this one's popped up onto the infield. McPhee back, makes the catch, and Braintree somehow battles out of a bases loaded situation with 1 out, and McNamee battles through it, and Braintree keeps it 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Braintree High School as the Wamps lead 5-1, and a big play turning point of this game, a bases loaded situation with 1 out for Abington. They could not score. Trailing 5-1, and now the Braintree offense getting an opportunity to maybe put this one away here in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Braintree here in the inning as McPhee bats, has reached one there and also popped up to second base. So 0 for 1 here in this game as Diudi's starting to get warming again. We'd see her in the 6th. As the pitch on the way, and this one middle of the infield, shortstop. Gonna be a tough play. Here's a throw, and it's in time. Both shortstops have had a good, lively arm that has been able to see a couple of plays that generally would be legged out against the average shortstop, but both shortstops here today have been able to take away a few bases. So first out here at the bottom of the 5th, and here comes Littlewood, who had a bunt single and is also grounded out. And the pitch, and now a strike call. Maybe the strike zone's gonna widen as this game goes on, who knows? Certainly seen a couple pitches in that same vicinity that were called balls earlier, as Littlewood down in the count now 0-2. So Littlewood, who's playing first base, and I've mentioned a few times, has played a pretty good first base here today. Generally plays in center field, and now hits this one out to right field, and that's gonna drop down, a foul ball. Would have been a little flaring hit, but unfortunately falling outside the chalk. So there's no guarantee that Diudi will come in to pitch in the 6th, but Braintree for the second time starting to get some action starting. And this one hit out towards the outfield, and that's going to drop down. Braintree for the second time going after a pitch up around the shoulders and still able to knock that one into the outfield. Some strong hands by Littlewood. Her second hit of the game. Very tough to get on top of that pitch to hit that one like she did, as it brings up McNamee, who has a 2-run single and has also grounded out. As As the catcher again faking the throw back to first. So Braintree with the base runner here with one out in the bottom half of this fifth inning in a 5-1 game. Braintree leading here at home by 4 runs. As the right-handed pitcher Testa getting ready, and a ground ball middle of the infield. Second baseman is actually the shortstop and throws it away as the runner will head to third base. The throw was in time, but it was high, and it got away, and Braintree getting a gift base as the base runner not only gets to third, but is safe at first, and a throwing error, the second of the game, as Braintree will have a courtesy runner. So a second error on the Abington defense opens the door for Braintree to have a big inning here in the bottom of the fifth, with runners now at the corners for Diuti. And we've seen Braintree bunt a few times here in this game in a spot just like this with runners at the corners. We'll see if they do it again. And the pitch is outside for ball 1. So Braintree's been aggressive on the bases. As the season has moved on, Braintree's been more aggressive, a young team. Braintree with a 5-1 lead, looking for more. As the pitch on the way is outside. The base runner for Braintree again is Ketty, who's running for the pitcher. See if she tries to take second. Both the second baseman and shortstop well away from the bag, and she will take off no problem, and no cover at all from either position, from second or short. As Braintree now with a 3-0 count against, so this is really a spot where you're probably taking 2 pitches if you are Diuti. As the right-hander ready, and the pitch is a strike. Although on a 3-1, you're probably going to see a pretty good pitch here. With a 5-1 lead, maybe you give the green light here to Diuti, who's hit the ball pretty well here this season. Doesn't have a hit here in this game, but does get a pitch to hit and hits it to the outfield, and that is down and will bring both runs home. So Diuti does get the green light and provides the 2-run hit. Nice piece of hitting, taking it the other way. And Braintree has blown it open now. A 7-1 lead here in the fifth. That's the second time they've taken advantage of an error by the Green Wave defense. So a 2-run double for Diuti. And Braintree now opening up a 7-1 advantage here at home. Thinking back to that top half of the inning though, changed the momentum here this game as Abington could not score. They had a chance with the bases loaded, 1 out. A pop-up and a ground out. And Braintree getting out of the inning. And now scoring twice in their half of the inning. Still going as the pitch is high. To Stanley, who had a couple of nice defensive plays. With the bat so far 0 for 2. But this would be a good time to break out of that. Strikeout and a pop-up to shortstop. A hit here would most likely score the base runner from second. 7-1, Braintree here in the bottom of the fifth. And the right-hander getting some signs from the dugout. And now time is called. So Braintree on their way to another win here on the season. As the pitch is down in the dirt. So Braintree with one of their more thrilling wins in the come-from-behind win over Newton South, although it was a team that they beat earlier in the season comfortably. But Braintree had the late-game heroics in the bottom of the 7th to win it. As the pitch is popped up on the infield. Catcher coming over. Catcher cannot make the play, and it is a foul ball as the ball was never touched. So a fortunate sequence there for the Abington defense. If that ball was touched on the glove, it would have been a fair ball, but it does bounce foul. Actually worked out better for them, although obviously you'd rather see the out. Gives Braintree an extra life. And the right-handed pitcher on the way. And a called strike 3 on a pitch that was well inside. Not understanding the strike zone on that call. So it is the second time Stanley down on strikes, but I don't know what's going on with the strike zone right now. That was way inside. And even from our vantage point here in center field, that was clear as day. But Braintree with a 7-1 lead, now 2 outs. As the pitch is high, 4-1. I have to start stop calling strikes and balls here because my strikes and balls have been different than the umpires, so have to just wait for his call, I guess. 1-0 the count, and the pitch, and a pitch down low. So Westerfeld, who has an RBI and a hit, has Braintree with a 7-1 lead, 2 outs, runner at second. And the pitch, that's a strike on the inner half. That was a good pitch for Westerfeld, but obviously with a 2-0 count, sometimes you're not swinging, you want to take a pitch, and that seemed to be what the case was there. As the right-hander getting ready, and the pitch is cut on and missed. So ironically enough, both strikeouts in the game for Testa have been against Stanley, although that was a tough pitch to go against her there, as this one is knocked foul. Bottom of the 5th inning, Braintree with a comfortable lead here at home. And we'll see if Braintree can get another quick inning in the top half of the 6th. They've been very good here in this game pitching. Defense has been excellent. As this one's popped up, this is going to be a ball towards the shortstop, and the catcher, or the center fielder, not going to get a play on it as it drops harmlessly in between the shortstop and center field. The communication wasn't great there, and Braintree with a gift hit. That'll end up going as a hit, but in the scorebook generally you would assume that would be an error, but it was never touched again. As Braintree will have another pinch runner. And this will be Malcolm running for the second time. So runners now standing at second and third. And Braintree could blow this wide open with a hit here. Stenman 0 for 2, a couple ground outs. It's a big good time to break out. This pitch is up high. Batter stepping out of the box, and the pitch is high. 7-1 lead for Braintree with 2 on and 2 down. If the inning continues, McPhee would bat in the 9th spot. She's a perfect 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. And the pitch, and this one getting to the backstop. Here comes the throw to the plate, and the throw will not be in time. As the pitcher dropped the ball, it was a bang-bang play at the plate, and Braintree getting home. And now Braintree with 3 runs in this inning, a 8-1 lead, as the base runner now is at third base. Braintree was fortunate, though, to score that run. It looked like the catcher was going to get the throw there in time, and the pitcher was a little bit late, but a good throw, a good tag, certainly would have had the base runner at the plate. But Braintree adding on another insurance run, as they scored 3 times here in the 5th inning. They scored 4 times in the 1st, 3 times here in this inning, scored once last inning. And Braintree opened up an 8-1 lead as we play with 2 outs and a runner at third here in the bottom of the 5th. Still Stenman batting, and the pitch, and that is a called strike. Oh, a ball, excuse me, as he was pointing to first base. Some head shaking calls going both ways in this game, both from our cameraman Mark, as well as myself. As the pitch is upstairs, the runners are at the corners. The slaughter rule could potentially come into play in this game with a 7 run lead for Braintree. They'd have to get ahead by 10, but that is certainly in play now as this inning has continued, and that is a strike. After a 4-run lead in the 1st, you also had to worry about that if you were Abington, but they battled back. They played pretty well the next 3 or 4 innings, but Braintree has opened it up now, and the pitch again is low. So McPhee again has 2 hits and an RBI in this game from the 9th spot. As the right-hander getting ready, Winds and fires, and this one hit to the outfield, and that's going to get down, and a run will score. An RBI hit, her third hit of the game. Second RBI for McPhee. And Braintree now leading by 8 runs at 9-1. As this brings up Woods. So we'll see if Braintree can have an extra base hit. Anything in the gap could potentially end this game with a 10-run lead. Haven't seen a lot of extra base hits in this game as Woods takes a pretty good pitch for a strike. That was one maybe you could take deep. So Stenman, who walked, leads at second. McPhee, who singled, brought a run in at first. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Braintree leading by 8 runs. And they've scored 4 times so far in this inning. 4 has been the magic number in this game for Braintree. 4 in the 1st, 4 here in the 5th. And the lead was 4 runs for a little while. It's now 8 runs, which is obviously much more enjoyable for a Braintree fan. Woods looking to do some damage here and pops this one up. This one back towards the catcher, who did not see it, and it drops harmlessly foul. That would have probably been a playable ball for the catcher, who throws it back to the mound in disgust. So Woods will get another opportunity here. A single back in the 1st has since popped out twice, and hammers this one out to the gap, and that's where it goes. This one may end the ball game as 1 run scores, and here comes the go-ahead winning run as Braintree will slaughter rule this one as the throw gets away, and no real reason to keep going if you're Woods. That is a 10-run lead, and that will end this game as Braintree with a 2-run hit from Woods to make it an 11-1 game, and that should end the game here with a 10-run mercy rule here in the bottom of the 5th. I don't know if the umpires are aware right now of the situation, but that is 10 runs. I'm not sure why they're still playing. And the pitch is a called strike. So Woods does exactly what I had talked about, which is hit the ball in the gap. She ended up getting a triple out of it. Clearing the bases, 2 runs pushed across. As 11-1 is the advantage. And I am a little surprised why this game has not been stopped. Must have to play the full 5. As the pitch is grounded to second base, and the throw across in time, and the out is made at first as McPhee is retired on the ground out. And I'm assuming this game is over. We're gonna have to wait and make sure, as this is a mercy rule, and now they are going to line up, so must have had to complete the 5th inning, which is what just took place, and Braintree will win this one by the mercy rule, a slaughter rule 10-run win here today, and Braintree really winning this one from the start. They scored 4 runs in the 1st inning, and the finishing touch, the hit by Woods, a 2-run triple. That made it a 10-run win, and that's where Braintree got it. A complete game, 5-inning performance from McNamee to get the win for Braintree, and she was superb. So was the Braintree defense here in this game, and Braintree with their 11th win of the season. A no-doubter here today in 5 innings, 11-1 the final score. That'll conclude our coverage. Thank you for watching here on BCAM TV. On behalf of our camera person, Mark Chavis, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.